Hello and welcome. The Fossil Mozilla community of IIT has been a long-lasting reputed university which runs as an umbrella branch of Mozilla International. The Mozilla Foundation works to ensure the internet remains a public resource that is open and accessible to us all, alongside FOSS advocating for free and open source software. We are collaborating to build a safe, fair, and an inclusive digital marketplace that consumers can trust. Today, joining with us to share his expertise is the co-founder of Bosmo and director at InforWaves. He's currently employed as a software engineer at Circles Life. A warm welcome to you, Mr. Dinuka. How was the day?
Thank you, Shema. My day was pretty tough. Of course, like you mentioned, I work with several companies and it's usually like that. So thank you for having me here. Looking forward to speak with you.
Indeed. I can just imagine the busy life of a person who has so many achievements. So to start off, could you please tell us a bit more about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Dinuka Piyadigama, and I completed a computer science undergraduate degree at IIT, and I'll be graduating maybe when this airs, I might have been graduated in a few weeks' time. So I'm working as a software engineer, like you mentioned, and I've been doing quite a lot of things along the way. So I would be glad to share that with you all, with whatever questions you have.
Yes, thank you very much for sharing your background. So wonderful things can happen when you can't stop thinking about an idea you've got that you really want to pursue. And I would like to know what's the motivation behind Busmo? How did you come up with the idea?
So Boostmo was very much because I had that startup background with InforWaves and with other startups as well, not just InforWaves. I worked with several other startups as well. And then what I realized was, and what I've spoken with other technical people recently, is that 80% of the time should be spent, time, effort, budgets should go into marketing, and only 20% into product development and the technical side, because if not, it doesn't matter how good your product is. If you can't market it, you can't sell it, and you'll always end up being, it's very likely that you'll end up being poor and you won't be able to continue whatever dream you have. So I saw a huge opportunity there. Of course, for me to learn as well, the marketing, I wanted to pick up marketing skills, and what I know as what has worked for me in the past as one of the best ways is to take it up as a daily activity, whatever, a job or whatever, and try improving myself in that. So I saw this opportunity here to, of course, make money like any startup and grow as an individual as well in that marketing area. So Boostmo is primarily focused in social media marketing, while InfoWaves is very much focused on the technical side of things.
Yes. Indeed, I can see you as an optimist who finds an opportunity in everything that you come across. So not only co-founding Bosmo, so you have worked on various other projects with different companies. Would like to know more about them as well.
Yeah, so especially I got the chance to work with Niptron. I have to mention them first of all, and even 99x, the people who were at Niptron were part of 99x, and I got that blockchain related experience from there, and that has helped me in the long run to identify what they've been doing and how they go about their business in working on cutting edge technologies. And then when it came to InfoWaves, I got that opportunity because Suresh wanted to start a IT company, and he already had quite a lot of contacts, and he had his name in the tech industry, I guess here. So he wanted me to hop on board as well and just help him along with building that company. And it was it was a really good experience, I would say. And I can definitely say that I learned way more than I would have learned by just doing an internship somewhere or working for a company. Let's say, of course, there are advantages in working for someone else for a bigger corporate, where you get to maybe explore a particular area in a technical, uh, particular, you get to put a particular focus on one specific or maybe two, three specific areas. But then when you take up a startup, you get to explore all the areas that you wouldn't usually get by just joining a corporate.
That's very inspiring, Mr. Dinuka. And every accomplishment comes with its own struggles. So, would you like to share the challenges that you faced throughout your journey?
So like I mentioned, and like you mentioned, I've been doing quite a lot of things within this short period of time. And I think finding the time is one of the main challenges and struggles when you have to balance a lot of things. So I think focusing on one hand, there are things that you are naturally good at. So you need to allocate some time to just keep pushing yourself in that area. And the other thing is that you can pick up new skills. So you need some time, especially if you are in tech or programming, software engineering, whatever. You need to be able to pick up new skills, and that itself is a skill, picking up skills. So being able to do that and allocating a particular time for that also has helped me feed into that natural side as well as pick up new things and move forward. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you very much, Mr. Dinuka, for sharing your priceless thoughts. And now, coming to your technical background, you were a lead of the blockchain research group of IIT and have been actively involved in a lot of research. What's exciting for you about this area in particular? Would like to capture some thoughts from you.
Yeah. So blockchain, I think I'm usually known as a person with, if not the most amount of experience, a very good amount of experience considering people in my age. So that was primarily because I knew about I knew that there was this thing called blockchain even before I joined IIT, but because I was told by people in the industry that there's something like this and it's a disruptive technology, it's going to be picked up in the upcoming years, so it's good to learn that. So I wanted to explore that, and I'm naturally the kind of person who wants to learn new things. So I think that also helped me. And then, of course, the IIT blockchain group started, and I wouldn't say that I just went after the lead positions like in any of the things that I've done, but then somehow natural leadership, I guess, helps with getting those positions as well and leading a group. And of course, the eagerness in research, like you mentioned. So even with the final year projects and all, I've done quite a lot of research. That's about
That's
it.
very interesting. And you have engaged in a lot of volunteering work. You're a student ambassador, you have held posts in various clubs, and also you're a Toastmaster. So, could you tell us more about your volunteer work?
Yeah, of course. So volunteer work, first of all, I'll just start map it out with the startup work as well, because we've talked about that already. So I actually met Suresh in some of the volunteering work that I did for IET, and of course there were some other competitions as well. And then that helped him identify that I was a good leader or someone capable of leading. That's why he gave me the position even at InforWaves in his startup. And I think with volunteering, the main thing is you get to make a lot of contacts. So even yesterday, I met Sanjeev Veeravarma from WSO2, who also stressed on volunteering. He said that he also made a lot of contacts and got to do a lot of things because he volunteered. And he said volunteering is one of the best ways to go about your business while doing what you love to do.
Mm. And talking furthermore about volunteering, what's your view on contributing to open source as an innovator and a tech enthusiast? Maybe you could walk us through the path to contributing to open source for someone who wants to have a go for it.
Yeah. So before I talk about contributing to open source, I would like to thank, I think it was the Mozilla Club of IIT back then, which was initially there. So my first lesson on Git was by Mozilla, and Dilum De Silva did it when I joined IIT, I think when I was in my first month or so. So that's how I got basically started with version control and all that, and it has helped me a lot um, to. So that's just one area of open source. It has helped me to with my work, of course, and it got me that head start I needed at the very beginning without moving into the second or third year of my degree. I had that experience beforehand because of Mozilla. So then, and other things about open source is that, of course, open source helps the rest of the community most of the time, the developers and the people who are using it, as well as you get to again make a lot of connections and learn as well. So you can learn from others' contributions, learn to work with others, and you get to do trial and error work. Basically, you can test yourself and keep pushing yourself out there without having to spend money or without anyone having to invest in you. You can basically invest in yourself and while helping others as well. So that's how I see open source.
And out of curiosity, looking back at it, what do you think is your greatest achievement up to this point in your life?
My greatest achievement. So I have quite a few achievements, but I think my greatest achievement, I would say my greatest achievement is that I never doubted my capabilities, even though like sometimes you can try really, really hard and not succeed, but then if you keep trying and you know that you are doing what you want to do, so you will naturally keep improving in that area. And even with software engineering, programming and all that, I wasn't determined to like score the highest marks or beat everyone at programming or whatever. I just knew that I wanted to, I knew that I really love this and I wanted to keep improving in this. So whenever, when you're prepared and an opportunity comes, that's when you win actually. So I think my greatest achievement is that even when things weren't going well for me, I kept pushing myself and I got to where I am today.
That's very inspiring. And also, any final thoughts and advice that you would like to share with future leaders and entrepreneurs who are watching this interview?
Okay. So I would say um, definitely follow your passion, like most people would say, because that is actually your comfort zone. That's where you get to be your best. And then the other is like we've been talking about, volunteer as much as possible and contribute to open source so you can keep improving yourself while helping others as well. So if I am to mention a few more volunteering things that I've done, I've worked with Sustainable Education Foundation and Lanka Software Foundation as well. So there are a lot of volunteering organizations like there. So these were just two of the volunteering organizations inside Sri Lanka, but there are so many others across the world, even with Mozilla. So I think that would be my final thought on that.
Thank you, Mr. Dinuka, for enlightening us with your words and valuable thoughts. Appreciate the valuable time you spent with us in inspiring our lovely audience. And thanks for watching. And this is the FOSS and Mozilla community of IIT. Stay tuned with us through our official social media for more updates on our signature projects. And see you soon with another episode.
Thank you, Janet. Bye.